Shalom. Yeah, I'm doing this because of our people's low attention span. But basically, I wanted to talk about not so much what we already know as sexual wickedness, adultery, homosexuality, and all that, but also I wanted to talk to y'all about sexually deviant behavior. And I'm kind of forced to talk about it because this is not a topic that's popular. A lot of brothers don't talk about this subject. It is something that's not what we think is an important topic, right? We're sitting here in the middle of all this prophecy happening, but we don't know the exact timeline. We don't know how long we're going to be here. We know that as prophecy gets fulfilled, things are speeding up, but we got to get right before then. And part of getting right is getting right in your idea of what is acceptable sexually. Why do I say that? Because you have men out here, and I'm going to tell you this. I'm going to provide a few examples, but these examples aren't limited to men in the truth. This is people I know. And I'm going to give you an example of some sexual deviant behavior. I know I got a friend who's not in the truth that knows every single Chinese massage parlor that gives you a happy ending in Atlantic City. And he goes there. Oh, no, I'm sorry. He don't go there no more because he's married. But, man, when he was single, man, he would go there and get yacked off. And one thing that I thought about the massage parlors, if you know Moab, you know that they don't give a fuck. Their focus is on getting their family in China out of poverty, out of the oppression that they're dealing with, because they have oppressive rulers over there too. So one thing that Chinese people don't have is all these moral hangups that we have here in America. So me thinking in terms of practicality, in terms of practical shit, how do you know if you go to a massage parlor and get a happy ending, particularly a Moabite one? How do you know that that's not a man with a wig and fucking makeup yakking you off? Because one thing that you know about their culture is that they just want to get fucking money. They want to get out of poverty. What is it for them to do, for a man, a Moabite man, to put on a wig and I don't know, the fact that that's even possible? Because think about it, when you're laying down with a woman, you can touch, you can feel, more or less what you're dealing with. When you're just letting this person massage you and then yak you off, you don't know who the fuck, you know what I'm saying? You don't know what or who is doing it. You know nothing about this person. Like I said, it could very well be a man with a wig and makeup on, and you are being tricked and fooled into almost pretty much being a sodomite and not even knowing it. And that possibility is very scary to me. That possibility is very scary because the angels that are sitting here with their eyes on the sinful kingdom are watching you. You might not know, but they know. They're looking at this like, yo, this Israelite man is laying down with another man's hand on his thing. I'm going to try to use the most PG language possible because, this is not, I'm not trying to be crass. The subject is already kind of odd. But anyway, you just simply don't know what is yakking you off. And that would scare me. Another thing that I wanted to talk about, this same friend with the massage parlors, he also used to go to DR and get get professional, if you know what I mean. Women that are paid for sexual favors. I'm not gonna go. I don't know what words can be flagged on on YouTube, but and one thing he would always talk to them, and they would always tell him that people come to DR to use their services, and a lot of them, particularly Edomites, and y'all know what Edomites are, Caucasian men, and they have these weird sexual fetishes, very weird sexual fetishes. And she says, hey, listen, although they're the main ones, they're not the only ones. Black and Latino people come with some of the same weird sexual fetishes. Not as much as Caucasians. And this is just on observation. It's not that nobody's racist or nobody's, this is just their observation. Because this is a friend that's not even in the truth. So he doesn't know to necessarily ask race. But because it was told to him, it's that prevalent. But what I want to make very clear to you Black and Latino men, you Israelite men, is perversion comes from somewhere. It's not just born out of nowhere. You don't have people that, you have Esau, who is innately perverse, but that doesn't mean that we haven't learned his ways. We learn his ways, and we have to unlearn his ways. That's why we have to discuss this. So, you brothers out here with these weird sexual fetishes and weird sexual appetites, you got to be very careful, because that can lead you to a way of sin. And one other thing that I wanted to discuss, because I know I got about 3 minutes left in this video. You have brothers out here, I'm going to give you an example. I have friends who had a friend, and they were telling me about how a woman ousted him because when they used to sleep together, he used to like her to put fingers in his keister. And I know that this is, this is getting weirder and weirder. It's getting weird for me. But when you get to the point where you're laying down with a woman and you like that type of stuff, or you have weird fetishes, stop and pray or something, man. Stop and read your scriptures. You're way too deep into that sex stuff, that world. When you start thinking about sex magic and all that other shit, you're getting way into, you're literally getting in too deep into a world that is going to unlock other things. Like, how the fuck do you even know that you like fingers in there? I'm not knocking men if they go and pay for, whatever, but understand that you're paying a professional that has had probably hundreds of partners, and out of those 100 partners, there have been perverts that have liked weird shit. They've liked to do weird things. So they might throw a finger in there, and then you be like, oh, and then I guess that person realized that they liked it and then wanted other women. So now it takes that for you to get yours, basically. And now that person doesn't see anything wrong with it. Hey, I'm sleeping with women, I just like this. And I've even seen on social media, because women be putting men on blast, that there's men that like that shit. That's not just him. And I got to tell y'all, that's going into sodomy. That's sodomy. You have to repent from that. That's some weird shit. And going back into fetishes, right? One time I was scrolling on social media. When you wake up in the morning and go on the toilet, you spend time on your phone. I kept seeing this page come up under people you may know. And for it to keep coming up, it intrigued me because the picture, it was a picture of a woman that you could tell she's on her back and her feet are at the front of the camera. So out of intrigue, I'm like, who the hell is this person named Micah Grace? I go on there and Micah Grace, or whatever the hell her real name is, I don't know. It's a picture, the Facebook account is dedicated to her. It's pretty much her feet. She's some type of weird foot model, and basically she's there for men with weird foot fetishes. I think it said on one thing that she has an OnlyFans. So I guess I'm assuming men yak off to images of her feet. I mean, it had pictures and videos of all of her feet. One video, she's pulling off her shoes with her feet and then wiggling her toes. And what I paid most attention to was the comments. Oh, you got beautiful wrinkles. I'm like, wrinkles on her feet is cute to you? You know, and then you realize you're living in a world full of sick motherfuckers. There was a lot of comments on them damn pictures and videos. There was a lot of comments and a lot of guys saying lustful things about her feet. And it gets me to thinking like, yo, this is feet. This is not like, this is feet. Like it astonished me that there's such a thing, such a fetish for feet. You know, as a man, you know, you like a nice behind, you like a nice, nice, boobs, whatever. Feet. These motherfuckers was all caught up on her feet.